Welcome back to my channel. Today is day 28 of the Embodying Your Higher Self challenge. If you're not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button to follow along. Today we're going to be talking about pajama sets and bedding. Now, this may seem a little bit weird to be including in the Embodying Our Higher Self challenge, but when I think of my higher self, I think of somebody that actually takes care of when they're sleeping and how much comfort they're getting. There is so many different factors about how we actually sleep that I feel like a lot of us overlook. Therefore, I wanted to add it into the Embodying Our Higher Self challenge because it is an all-round challenge of all different areas of our life to actually embody that version of us that we want to be. So the first thing I think of is pajama sets. Now, the amount of pajamas I have bought, and they are just so uncomfortable. I know that I am somebody that moves about a lot in their sleep. So if I'm rolling about overnight, I really don't want to be pulling my clothes around and having to rearrange because they're all twisted on me. The actual benefits of having a really good pajama set means that this doesn't happen overnight. The amount of sleeps that I have had interrupted because I've had to physically sit up and move them around. I've got to pull my bottoms around. It's all twisted, and all it does is actually make me wake up and feel very uncomfortable in my sleep. Therefore, the first part of this video is going to be about pajamas and finding the right pajama set that is really comfortable to you, actually looking at the quality of the pajamas, how are they going to wash up and how are they going to feel once they've been on our skin after certain washes. We don't want to get a pajama set that one is going to go out of shape and out of length and all of the different colorings really quickly. As soon as they start to go out of shape, we then don't feel as comfortable in them. So this is why we want to make sure that when we're buying our pajama sets, we want to make sure we're getting the good quality pajama sets that aren't going to just go out of color or out of shape after the first wash. Obviously the color doesn't matter as much, but I feel when we have a really good pajama set on and the color gets held throughout all the washes, the shape stays really nice, we feel really good about putting that pajama set on, and that will be the one that we go and gravitate towards and want to wear more often. This is just bringing us a whole round of comfort and making us feel really good in our body. And when I think of my higher self, I think of somebody that has a really good pajama collection. They are happy to put on every set that they have. They know they're going to be comfortable, and they know that overnight they are not going to get all twisted and be in a position where they just get woken up because of how twisted it all is and uncomfortable it is. Bedding is the second part of this video because just like the pajamas, a certain type of bedding, as soon as we start moving around and rolling about, it can actually tangle us up and our legs can get caught up. I actually have a certain bedding that I threw away a few years ago now because this is all it did to me. And when I tell you it was the most frustrating thing I've ever dealt with, it was the most frustrating thing, and it made me wake up so much because all I kept feeling was very claustrophobic and very tangled up in this bedding. And I thought, why the hell am I actually feeling this way over a bedding set? And I should be in comfort right now. I should be having the best sleep to make sure that in the morning I wake up and feel my best. But actually all I'm doing is getting annoyed overnight at the fact that I'm getting woken up by my bedding. So I see my higher self as being somebody that actually takes pride in their bedding and make sure that this isn't going to happen. If they're thinking about their pajamas not doing this, why are we ignoring the bedding? Bedding can be really easy to get hold of as well. There are so many bedding shops out there. There's so many different types of materials and styles, and everything that you want you can find in a bedding set. But the thing is, we don't actually take the time to focus on the actual materials of the bedding and how it's actually going to work with our pajama sets and our clothing and how we're moving around overnight. So this is one thing that over the years I have started to think about more and more. Now, I'm due to get a new bed, so the next part of this video is going to be about pillows and mattresses. Now, this seems very much like I'm going very specific on certain areas of our life, but when I think of my higher self, I think of somebody that has a really good bed and a pillow that is supportive. My back hurts quite a bit, and I believe this is why I am getting woken up more and my sleep is affected, because my pillow and my mattress are just not right for me. Now, I've tried many different pillows over the years, but when we actually look at what is going to be supportive and how we actually lay overnight, certain people need certain types of pillows. Some people can lay pretty much flat. Some people can be on like a right angle. You need a certain amount of height in your pillows. You could need a firmer pillow. The same with mattresses. They're all going to be specific to us. So it's finding something that is going to be really supportive for us and actually make sure that we sleep well. Now, my mattress is quite old and it is due a refresh. So the first thing I'm going to be doing in the new year is going out and finding myself a brand new bed. I understand that the Emma mattresses are very good. I have heard heard a lot about them. So if you are looking for a mattress, that is one company I would suggest going and have a look at. A lot of people in my life have bought them very recently or had them for years, and they swear by them. So this is definitely a company that I will be looking into. This video is not sponsored. I will be looking into them because I just have heard so many good things about them, and you can go through the ranges of what support you need. I do feel like I need a bit more of a firmer mattress, but that might be having an effect on my body now. I'm getting older, so I'm not sure how my pressure points actually work. I do understand that there is some bedding shops that can actually assess how you sleep and how you lay. So this might be something that I look into as well when I actually go out to buy my new mattress. So the reason for this video is actually looking at our sleep, our comfort, and how our higher self would actually prioritize our nighttime. We think about all the things throughout the day and how we present ourselves and how we're acting and how we're doing all of this stuff throughout the day. But the main problem, I think, we forget about the fact that we are asleep for about 6 to 8 hours, depending on how we sleep. And that is a long time to be laying on a mattress, curled up into our bed, in our duvets, in our sheets. And we need to make sure that we're comfortable. So if our pajamas, our bedding is getting tangled and it's waking us up, if our pillows are not supportive and it's hurting our necks, and we're just constantly moving overnight, as well as our mattress not supporting our back and we're waking up with backache, we're not getting the decent amount of sleep in order to show up as our higher selves the next day. So this is why I wanted to add this into the video. We are thinking about every area of becoming our higher selves, and we end with sleep at the end of the day. So if we're not doing this in the best way possible and having the right comfort for us, we're just going to be affecting how we perform the next day. There's so many studies out there that show that if we don't get a good sleep, then it can affect our eating habits, it can affect our performance throughout the day. So this is something we need to bear in mind. If we notice that we are struggling with concentration and our eating habits are bad because we didn't sleep very well, this could be a big reason for that. And simply, if you've got a new mattress and new pillows, it could just be down to your bedding and your pajamas just keeping you up because you're twisting and turning and they're not comfortable. You're getting too hot, you're too cold. All of these different things can really affect how we sleep and how we feel in the morning. That's all that I have for you for this video. I really hope it's helped just to open your eyes to the fact that how we sleep can affect our productivity and how we show up the next day. And when we're embodying our higher selves, we want to make sure that every area of our life is actually being looked at and we're not overlooking things that can be really important. There are so many more tips to come, so make sure you like this video and subscribe so you can be notified of all my future uploads. And until next time, keep manifesting your biggest goals.